found the quote, guys. To still be here and like keep going like is the best thing. Really struggled a few days ago, really. It wasn't even weeks, so I'm not even gonna say weeks. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, as you can see by the title, I'm testing out Beauty Bay's eyeshadow base compared to PLOUISE. I am so excited for this video. I have used PLOUISE base for about a year now. I absolutely love it. I use it every single day and I can't live without it. And I actually went on Beauty Bay's website not that long ago and I was like, right, they've got a base, I want to try it, I want to do a testing video on it, I want to see if it's any better. It's a little bit more affordable, not like extremely less, so I don't feel like you're going to break the bank with either one, to be honest. I'm going to try out, I'm going to see which one's better. Before we do start this video, please make sure to subscribe down below if you're not already. That would mean the absolute world to me. Make sure to like and comment down below if you really do enjoy this video. And make sure to follow me over my Instagram, I'll pop it on the screen now. If you want to see any more makeup looks like this, there'll be loads over on there. But without further ado, I'm going to get straight into the video. So for today I'm going to be using my brand new palette. I got this for Christmas. If you haven't watched my what I got for Christmas video that went up a few days ago now, it's actually New Year's Eve today. Obviously we're all in tier 4 and we're not going anywhere. I wasn't going to go anywhere anyway, but this is the palette that I got for Christmas. I'm going to create like a really neutral, as you all know if you follow me or if you've been subscribed for a long time, I tend to do the same gold look just because I absolutely love it. And obviously with my Instagram I do way more creative looks, but then more like Instagram looks. This palette's got quite a range. It's like pretty neutral, but it has got a lot of colour in there as well. I would say that like this is the perfect palette because obviously it's not got too many bright colours, but it's got a lot of like transition shades in, and I like my blend to be quite like seamless. Sometimes I don't like my eyeshadow to even look like it's there, so it kind of just looks like I've got gold glitter, but obviously there is some eyeshadow there. So before we start with the eyeshadow, I've actually already popped on a little bit of each base just because obviously I'm carving out my brow. First thing I do is my brows, then I carve them out, and then I moisturise and do all my base. So obviously I needed something there. I couldn't carve it out. I didn't want to carve it out after because then it would mix with all the foundation and powder, so I just didn't think that was a good idea. So I actually used the PLOUISE base on this eye and the Beauty Bay base on this eye. Now when I was putting it on, I was so impressed. I'm going to add a little bit more now because it's been about like 20-25 minutes since I did my makeup, and obviously I want it to be a bit more fresh before I put the eyeshadow on. So this is what it looks like. It's so pretty. It's really nice packaging. I really like the new packaging, especially on their blushes and bronzers as well, because it is really simple. It's not too much, but it is got like that silver effect as well, which I like. It's a really big size, but it's actually the same amount as the PLOUISE base. Now I actually use the bigger one, but I'm just showing you for size reference. This is 15ml and this is also 15ml, so like they're exactly the same, it's just like in a smaller bottle. And this actually comes with an applicator. Now I probably wouldn't use that. I don't use an applicator because obviously I use the base, which for all this time I've been having to squeeze it out and then apply it with a brush, so that's kind of what I'm used to now, and that's obviously what I will continue to do. Obviously it is good, it has got an applicator, so if you're on the go and you just want to apply a bit of concealer, obviously you can use it as a concealer as well, then that's really good, but I probably wouldn't use the applicator just because I just find it easier. But it's good that you can actually still squeeze it out and it's not just like you have to use it in an applicator. I'm just going to show you one of my concealers and it's obviously got the applicator here. But I feel like because of the way it is, I'd really have to like tap it out rather than, obviously this is a squeezy bottle, so you can just squeeze it out if you don't want to use the applicator. That was what I was trying to say. I've got a little mixing palette here and I've just applied them both on. So actually something I really like, this is actually base 3, this Beauty Bay base, and in the PLOUISE base I always get shade 2. I would say they're more like pinky tones, which it's not too pink tone because otherwise I wouldn't really use it because I don't really like that. I much prefer like a yellow concealer or foundation, but this is a lot more pink. Obviously it is on this eye. You can't really tell, which I was really happy with. Obviously I did both eyes with different bases and I was thinking Well, I have one eye is like completely different to the other, and I knew the shades wouldn't be that off, but I didn't know whether you'd be able to tell. I feel like from me looking at it, this looks a little bit brighter, but I have no idea what that is. So something I realised when I was doing it was the Beauty Bay base is a lot more yellow toned, which I was so happy about, and I really hope I like it just as much. Obviously I've got 2 different brushes for that. Had to actually bring out my new gym bob for that. So this is obviously, I think you can tell, can you see? Is that like from the sunlight or something? Because that's obviously a brand new one, the one on the... Anyway, that's a story for a different day. I literally just pop it on my mixing palette. This is actually the PLOUISE base. So I'm just going to pat a little bit more on, just so it's a lot more fresh. This eye has started to crease a little bit, which is completely normal and absolutely fine. That's just what happens when you obviously don't set it with anything. And just kind of like pat around the edge, because obviously I've already gone out here with it and I don't want to mix it with my foundation or powder that's anywhere underneath. Then I'm just going to do the exact same thing with my other brush with the Beauty Bay base. But can you see how much more yellow that is? Like, that's one of the best things about it. Got like a tiny mirror today. I think when I actually edit this back, I'm going to pop like a little close-up of the shade that I'm using. I just want to focus and concentrate on using it rather than having to keep turning it to the camera. This is definitely why it's called the Origin palette. It's obviously, it's got like lines and it says base transition crease liner pop highlight. So the first colour I'm going in with is Liner 2. I don't know if my hair looks wet at all today, guys, purely because I literally wash my hair and then I come and do my makeup. Look how pigmented that palette is. That's literally like 2. Anyway, so I literally wash my hair, I come to do my makeup, and like if I'm doing a creative look it'll probably be dry, but if not, like I'll just give it a little dry with a hairdryer, hence why it's a little bit frizzy. Obviously this is the Beauty Bay eye, by the way. So obviously that is like what I'm going to do to start with. I'm doing my own little thing today. I'm not really sure where I'm going with it. I was thinking about just doing like a matte smoky eye. I will be using the same brushes as well. I don't feel like that's cheating. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm not taking that base over there. So first impressions, I have got a lazy eye as well. So I'm not sure if I've just put that too high up. I'm not too fussed what it looks like at the moment because I am going to like really blend it out and you probably won't be able to see this as much. But first impressions, like I don't think there's much difference. I feel like this goes on, I don't know if I've applied more, but I feel like it sticks a lot better to this eye. That's my first impression. So that is my huge crease shade. I would normally do like a little bit less, but that is what we're going with. I'm just going to grab a little bit of a bigger brush and just start to blend. How has everyone's years been then? Because I know obviously right now I'm talking to you all. This video should be going up today, I'm hoping so. But obviously it is New Year's Eve. It's definitely not the normal New Year's Eve we'd normally have. If you're still here and you're still like healthy and everything, like you don't understand how much of a blessing that is. This year has been very tough, regardless of coronavirus being like affecting you. Like your mindset and everything is a big thing, and like might not have been personally affected by COVID, but like your mental health, to still be here and like keep going like is the best thing. So you should be so proud if you have done that. Me just looking at it right now, I really like how this is blending. I know I'm talking a little bit about the eyeshadow here, but I'm also trying to stay within this line, stay above this line as much as possible, and really just start to blend that out really lightly. So I'm now using base number 7. I really like this palette. I think it's quite good for like, imagine you're just starting, it's kind of telling you which one you should use. I don't know if any of you are going to be getting ready. I always do my makeup for New Year's. I have never actually been to a party. I've always stayed in with my mum because that's what I like to do. Besides the point, I always get ready and everything. It's currently about like 12 o'clock, but I just know like I always like to get ready. Something I believe is if you want to change something, you don't need to wait for New Year, but it is nice to like see in a new year. I never really understand what it truly means, the fact that it's like, it's just a day, isn't it? It's like the next day and everyone's like, Happy New Year. But I suppose it's just the next day. Nothing really changes unless you want it to. So yeah, that is what I'm doing tonight. We'll probably just watch some telly. I think like, we normally watch like Grwm or something. I'm really happy with how it's going. What do you think? I always find this eye way more difficult. I don't know if it's because I'm like right-handed. My eye sits differently. Like this seems very like natural and like that's the way you do it. But this, and then I've got to go backwards on this eye. I always find that harder. But I really like how it looks so far. I would normally now just stick some glitter on, but I just basically, I think this is going to be like the quickest video ever that I've ever done, because it's practically just testing out how it works on a neutral eye. I think I'm going to do part 2 and test it on like a colourful eye, particularly like maybe a colour, maybe not red, because I probably wouldn't really use a red. But I definitely want to use something like that, because red is a colour that with the right concealer or the base, you can, it looks red, not pink, because I find a lot of reds go pink. But I might do like maybe like a sunset look. That's a good idea. Let me know what you think. I know that this first hand has blended a lot better. I don't know if that's the base or just the way I've done it, but I just find it sits and sticks a lot better. But I would honestly say, if you want to save yourself some coin, head over to Beauty Bay. Like, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Anyway, heading back, because I keep going from base to New Year's, base to New Year's. What is everyone's resolutions? To be honest, like, I set goals like all the time, so I don't really wait. I used to always wait. I used to be like, in the new year I'm going to do this, this and this. Well, now I just think tomorrow I'm going to start doing this, or today, like obviously depending on what time it is, like at 11:30 at night when you have all these thoughts, because that's what happens to me. I'm obviously not going to leap out of bed and start running. I've got to put some perspective in it, do you know what I mean? So I think that is it. I think I'm just going to go in with my glittery base. I'm not sure if you can see a biggest difference, because I really can't. I think this is blended out a little bit better and it's maybe made it a tiny bit easier, but I wouldn't say there's any difference. I just think it's maybe sped it up like the tiniest bit. So that is really cool. I've only used 2 eyeshadows as well. So back onto the chat. I don't know, I have good feelings about next year. I had really good feelings about this year. To be honest, I don't think I'll ever not. Actually, I'm not sure whether I wanted to, oh, I did want to originally just cut my crease and just do a cut crease with a little line of glitter. Shall I do that? That's a good idea, guys. Let's do that. Oh, and I can use the base to see which one's more opaque. I need to focus because I keep going off on one. So this is the, obviously the Beauty Bay side. Anyway, so yeah, I had really good feelings about last year. Like, I think personally, it's been a great year. It's been the worst year, but I've grown so much, and to me that makes it good, because I know it's not been the best year all round, but obviously we had that situation, lockdown happened, and I just think as well, like, we will never have that time again. Like, yes, you might not have a job which requires you to go to work every day and like be away from home, but you will never have the time of the whole world pretty much being at home. So I'm fully aware I've cut it a little bit higher. Please don't come for me. I'm going to put glitter on that line. That is why I've done it like that. So that's the Beauty Bay side. Regardless of how many lockdowns we go into, the feeling of the first lockdown will never be matched. And like, I think you've got to take that as a good thing, I suppose, because I know for me, the amount of time I had, I probably wouldn't have this YouTube channel. I wouldn't have really like gone into my creative side to makeup. I would probably be not able to do some of the looks I can do today. Like, it just wouldn't be a thing. I just feel like I've grown. And growth is so important. So please trust the process with this. So I've obviously very messily applied my cut crease, but it's not supposed to be neat really for this look. I'm not that fussed about it. For me, it's not a really creative look where I need to really focus on how neat the cut crease is. Like, I'm not that fussed. It's gonna have glitter on the line, so that is the main thing. But yeah, I just feel like happy that I've still got through it and everything, because there's a million times things are thrown at you and you just think, how are you going to deal with this? How am I going to deal with this? And you just do, and you just figure out ways. I suppose something just happens in your brain and you just think, how do I get through this? And you might not think you will, but if you're still here watching this, you have. You should be very proud of that. And I know that, like, I couldn't do makeup this time last year. I actually did a look and I posted it on my Instagram, and I said 31st of December 2019, I can't wait to see what my makeup looks like in 365, as in like a year. And I tell you now, you can have visions. You can have visions of what your dream house wants to look like. You can have visions of what car you want, or what lifestyle you want, or what dog you want, like all these things. But I tell you now, you can't vision what your makeup skill looks like without comparing it to someone else. So unless I said I wanted to be able to do makeup like Mitchell, but that would then be comparing my skills to his, and everyone's skills different and everyone's good at it and everyone's got their own like thing. But you can't set a goal saying I want to be as good as, or I want to be better than, or I want to have makeup like this. Because at the end of the day, how I see it is, I would have never envisioned the looks I've done this year without having the idea, because I didn't have the ideas. If I'd have had the ideas to do the look, I probably would have done them. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I thought to myself, oh, I want to do like this sunset look where it's like a really sharp wing. If I had have thought of that, I probably would have attempted it, or like at least written it down or something. But you don't seem to, like, they just flow, I feel like. So if this time last year, I would have never had that idea unless I saw it somewhere else. You can visualise like that you're going to be good at it and all of this, but you can't properly visualise what your skill will look like until you have that, because otherwise you are literally just comparing. You're just saying like, I want to be as good as, or I want my skill to be like this, but then you are just comparing. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if that makes any sense. I really hope it does. I knew I wanted to really work at it this year. I knew that this was going to be my time to like really explore my skills. I didn't realise we'd be in a lockdown to be able to do it. I feel like without building your skill, you don't know what skill you're capable of, so you have no idea of any looks that you might potentially do. I really struggled a few days ago, really. It wasn't even weeks. I'm not even going to say weeks because it wasn't weeks. But I really struggled. I was like, I don't want to let this year go, because I just feel like this year has been 5 years in one. For bad or for not bad. But it's not been the fast year. I've had so much time to focus on makeup and stuff. But if I hadn't have had lockdown, I would not have. So in that respect, I think that's probably why it feels so long. I feel like we had January, February, and that was month one. And then we had the first lockdown. And then summer was amazing. I really enjoyed summer because, yeah, you couldn't do all the things you wanted to do. But you had from like mid-July to September, that was month 3. And then you had like October to November, that was month 4. Then we had November to December when we had the other lockdown, that was month 5. I literally feel like there's been 5 months, and in those like sections of the year, I feel like so many different things have happened. Really quite sad, and I don't really feel ready to let go of it, because I love the unknown, and I love like you don't know what's going to happen, but not so much that, it just doesn't feel like there's been any closure to this year. And I suppose, like I said earlier, it's just another day, isn't it? Tomorrow's just the next day. It's not like a brand new start, I don't suppose. Whenever you want to create a brand new start, you just do. Like, it could be tomorrow, it could be next week, it could be next month, it could be a random Tuesday in the middle of June, do you know what I mean? So, like, I just don't really feel like there's a time to start new things, but I just know I like to have closure on things, and not even saying I haven't had closure on situations during this year, but I mean like genuinely this year as a whole. I know things aren't going to just change overnight, but I suppose it just builds us to be stronger for when they do go, like, because at some point it will, and I just think it's just maybe getting us ready for that. I don't know. Been a hell of a long year, hasn't it? So, like I said, you should be so proud. Still here. If you have something to be happy about, whether it's not your complete life, whether it's not like your relationship status or anything, if you have one thing, like if you enjoy cooking and you're still able to cook, be grateful. It's easier said than done, don't get me wrong. Can't just tell someone to feel a certain way and expect them to, but you have that thing, and if that thing keeps you going, then that is amazing. I feel like this is a very different video for me. I don't feel like I've ever really done one of these before, so I don't suppose I've ever really done a get ready with me, but I've really quite enjoyed this, especially as it's like a testing video and a get ready with me in one. This is what it looks like. It's funny, isn't it, really, because every time I do a cut crease I think when I take pictures of this look I'll insert them on the left hand side, but obviously you can see me doing it, but you can see the shine of the glitter. Now right now when I'm looking straight at you, you can just see like a bit of glitter, but obviously photo wise when I'm looking down, like, it does look pretty and I really like it, but like going out and everything, a cut crease is a difficult one really, because it looks so nice for photos and in real life if you're looking down, but you're not going to walk around like this just showing off your cut crease. So I just feel like it does look a bit funny sometimes, because it just looks like you've just kind of done just like brown eyeshadow really. Moral of the story, there's always brightness. It's December the 31st and the sun is shining so bright in my eyes right now. I know you can't see because of like the background and everything, but outside it's so bright. And if it can be sunny on the 31st of December when it's supposed to be freezing cold and raining, like it is still cold, but whatever, there's always better things coming. I feel like that is just the world telling you just to hang on a bit longer, because better things are coming. If it can be sunny in December, anything's possible. I feel like I did really develop gratitude probably, I'd like to say last summer, but I didn't do it enough. Like I started reading The Secret, but I didn't do it enough, so I really like understood it. I used to read it, I remember reading it on holiday one year, but I didn't really like fully practice it after that every day, so this year's been great for that. I don't know, but I've done my makeup. I'm so happy. This whole testing video's kind of turned into like, how's your 2020 been? But also, I want to just say, quite honestly, if you see a difference, please let me know. Honestly, I'm going to say it, I think they're exactly the same. I don't see the biggest difference. I see the colour change, and this being a bit more yellow tone, but they both do amazing. So if you find B2B a bit easier, then I hate to say it because I feel like there must be a difference. There must be a difference. They can't be the same. They can't be. But I'd like to say that I'm definitely going to do a colourful look. Please let me know what colours down below, because then you can decide for me. A colourful look is going to be a lot more helpful in you seeing the difference. But I don't think they're different. So take it as you want it. Take it as you please. Is that the right phrase? But I don't see why I couldn't get either of them. Obviously, I think the PLOUISE shade range is a lot like more, I think. That is my opinion. I'm going to stick my lashes on. What's your quote of the year as well? Look how different I look as well. I don't actually think I look that different. I think loads of people think I look different with them. I really don't. Like, It's kind of hanging off my eyelash at the minute. Found the quote, guys. So it says, oh, my chair keeps squeaking, it's actually doing my head in. This is literally my favourite quote of the year, and it really like highlights my year as well. So, many people will panic to find a charger before their phone dies. You ready? But they won't panic to find a plan before their dream dies. Now, I really relate to this because I've had to make decisions this year that most people probably think that's a bit silly. Why would you do that? Just whatever. But like, obviously everyone's life is different. Everyone's decisions are different, and how I see it is, it doesn't matter how old you are, if you have a dream and you like have this vision, you have to go for it because it won't be there. Things will try and drain it out every day, and if you don't sit back and think, no, this is what I want, you were obviously put here for a reason. Look at how deep I'm getting. I'm supposed to test that on eyeshadow base. You're put here for a reason. You might not know what that is, that's fine, but you have it, so just hang on in there until you find it. Because I didn't know what mine was, and I used to get so irritated, and I used to be sat at home every single day like, what is my purpose? I want to find it because I really want to do something with it, but I didn't know what it was. Now I feel like I have many. I'll probably do a video on that separately, but how I see it is, you're here for a reason. You're here to create your own life how you want it, regardless of how your friends or family or colleagues or anything, like, you're here to create your own thing, and you want to know what it is, and that's fine, but one day you'll find it out. And I'm not saying like stop doing all the things that you were doing before, absolutely not, but really prioritise it. Imagine it like a phone that's got 100% battery, and that's the only battery you're getting, and you don't have a charger. The only charger is kind of like your will and your determination. A little bit deep, but ending the new year on a positive note. I hope everyone has the best 2021. I hope all your goals are fulfilled. I hope everything you want to come happen does. It will. If you want it and you believe it, it will. I really love you all so much. I'm so grateful. This time last year, I'd never thought I'd have a YouTube. I've always wanted to do it since I started watching people when I was like 14, but I had no reason. I didn't really know what I'd do it about. So I'm so grateful for all the support I've received this year. I can't explain it enough. I hope you all have the best year. I hope you all have the best evening. I know it's probably the same, maybe not what you want to do, but whoever you're around at home, or even if you're just around yourself, make a disco in your room. That's what I'd do if I wasn't with my mum. So yeah, I hope everyone has the best New Year's Eve. Happy New Year. I hope this one is a better one, because I know it's been really difficult for everyone. But I'm wishing you all the best, and I'm sending all my love. So I shall hopefully see you in my next one. I'm not sure when that will be. What day is it today? It is Thursday, so new video up on Sunday. I will see you then, hopefully in a brand new video. Bye. I didn't even end on which, I kind of told you, didn't I? I just said they were basically the same, but that's my review. I feel like it's been a lot more of a like a get ready with me, New Year goals and wishes.